This is possibly the best money you can ever spend in Bloons TD6. And no, I'm not talking about a specific tower, because this is not exactly a tower that you guys are going to find here on the side. It's not at least a purchasable tower in that sense. What I'm talking about is something far cooler than that, actually. I'm talking about Geraldo's pet bunny, which you can eventually make it into what I call the bunny Paragon. Now, the bunny Paragon costs $7,000. You need to buy 4 pet bunnies. In case you guys just don't know how to make it, you buy 4 of Geraldo's pet bunnies and then they merge into one, and then the thing that comes out can actually start damaging Bloons, and it's actually really strong. Now, I'm gonna make my case on why I think this is possibly the best money that you can ever spend in Bloons TD6. So I'm gonna drop Geraldo like this, and we're playing on 3 mines round because I wanted to start mining these gold chunks. So yeah, this is gonna be a different video. This is gonna be a video in which you're not exactly using, you know, some tower as the main tower as we're showcasing in the video, because this is not the tower in question. It's just gonna be the pet bunny from Geraldo. We are gonna be playing around it, and so yeah, I kind of forgot to basically start this thing because I forgot that this is like 400 bucks. But yeah, let's get this thing going. And then how much was this next one? It was 3,000. All right, so let's just see how the early game is doing. I think we're doing something like what? Let's actually make some use out of the triple shot dart with what's the crosspath? Yeah, sure, let's go for the bottom one for the extra range. So basically the reason why we're doing this is because the pet bunny got buffed in the latest update. Well, not directly, but the price got reduced from $2,000 to $1,750. And actually a couple of updates ago, it used to be 1.5, but then they upped it to 2K, and now they're reducing it back, which is kind of interesting, I think. So now that the price is getting bumped back, I mean, it's not like it wasn't worth it for $8,000, you know, because you had to buy 4, but now it's like even that much better, and there's absolutely no reason not to buy, right? So let me walk you guys through everything that's happening with this pet bunny. Let's also start the construction onto this thing, and yeah, so first things first, the attack cooldown is 0.8 seconds, so that's really fast. It does 10 damage, and it has a bonus of plus 30 damage to mobs and ceramics. Now, that thing can see the entirety of the map. It doesn't have any weaknesses to certain types of bloons, which means it can attack literally everything. Also, I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but the pet bunny works exactly like the avatar of Wrath. The more bloons there are, the more damage it does. So it goes 1 damage for every 2,250 RB, and the max is plus 40 damage. So basically at about 90,000 RB in a round, the pet bunny is gonna max itself out. And actually that is a surprising amount of rounds. It's not always gonna be maxed out, but it's like at least 10, if not a little bit more rounds than 10 in like an entire Chimps game that it's actually gonna be attacking at max power. How is everything looking? We could give the dog monkey a little bit of extra pierce, which I actually think is gonna go a super long way, although it's the ice that we bought is just kind of messing with it because it cannot pop frozen bloons. Is the ice still gonna be enough to disrupt the whole dart main DPS thing that we currently have going? And it is not. Oh my god, that's all it took. It just needed a little bit of pierce. Alright, 36 on the field. We are dealing with 36, and if we can open up this, yeah, we definitely can. Okay, so let's start the construction on this one then. Well, it's not the construction, it's the mining, but you guys know what I mean. I'm kind of doing the high finance terms, because when you're repairing stuff on high finance, you're doing the construction, right? Alright, so 39. I gave the jar of pickles on the dog monkey. He's got 2 rounds left in the sharpening stone, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to dump at least 1 maelstrom on this round, because I don't think we're holding. Now, can we hold up to 46 with the towers that we have? Probably not. So how about I get a glue instead? Let's go for something like this, 0, 1, 2 on the glue, and this should be just enough so that we deal with this round, right? Because we leaked, but I don't think it was that serious unless we regrow a lot of bloons, just like those guys I see on the side. I'm gonna need the jar of pickles to go to town, and it seems like it's doing so. Yeah, the 0, 1, 2 glue was enough. All right, so what's the plan for the mob? I mean, the dart is obviously the main DPS over here. It's doing like 6 damage per shot. Maybe Jerry's helping out a little bit. As long as we pop the mob layer, we should be fine. So this is gonna be the 3rd way. Yeah, this is not happening. So let's dump 1 maelstrom. We do a lot of damage to the mob layer. Alright, so the freeze from the ice monkey actually blocked some of the damage to the maelstrom. So let's have it up top then, this maelstrom, so it can actually pop the insides. There we go. If you guys think this is a weird defense, 2-1-0 ice, 0-1-2 glue, and 0-3-2 dart, you are not wrong. It is. Let's dump a Jerry's fire. This is gonna last for 5 rounds, by the way. So exactly the round to which we're gonna get this gold chunk is when this thing is gonna disappear. Alright, and after this one is done, we're gonna get 15k, which I'm immediately gonna spend on buying Jerry's level. So we're actually gonna wait for 45 to end. We're gonna get a little bit of natural XP, so let's see where we're gonna end up with. It's currently 4k to buy level 9. So as soon as these let's pop, let's go like this. We get the 15k, buy this, buy this. Bent Rabbit, there we go, and then start buying these guys up. So now the goal is just survive until we can get all 4 pet bunnies, because they restock every 3 rounds if I'm not mistaken, but you get to 1 when you get level 10. So let's see how we do on 52. I bought 1 more as far. We have 3 pet bunnies on the field. There's gonna be one last one coming out on 55, but the problem that we're having is popping the Moab layer. I think this is actually this guy's last trip around, so I'm just gonna have a Maelstrom like, oh my god, wait a minute, we're not popping the blue Moabs. Is this guy going out as well? He is. Okay, but oh no, it procced at the last second. I thought we were gonna save that one for the upcoming rounds, but no. Alright, so 2 more rounds to survive before we get it. Alright, so 54, 1 last round, and on the next one we finally get the pet bunny. So let's actually use this Maelstrom, do a little bit of damage to this Moab layer, and also wipe all the small balloons. I think it's gonna be great. Alright, one of the Moab spawned, but this guy is not exactly getting damaged as much, and this is its last trip. Okay, let's do a little copium. Let's go like this creepy idol. That's actually placed 2 creepy idols. I mean, some extra firepower for the dart monkey at the back. Is this gonna hold? Alright, so here's the solution. Let's buy a Moab glue then. Let's hold these mobs a little bit longer, and then I guess we can dump a Maelstrom. So let's go like this, do a little bit of damage onto the second Moab, wipe out some of the ceramics, and then I'm gonna place the creepy idols again, because these mobs seem to be popping in the range of the ice. So if we can push back, some of the insides, that's gonna be great. And I think, yes, there we go. We deal with 54. And finally, guys, we have the pet bunny. Let's go. Let's get it. So look at this thing now. You make the Paragon, and bam, it just goes to town. Just starts attacking. The good thing is that it's one-shotting all these ceramics, and then the more balloons there are, it just does more damage, right? Oh, did I mention that this thing has innate camo, by the way? Yep. Absolutely no weaknesses. All types of balloons, innate camo, just an insane... do you call it a tower? How do you call this thing? I guess it's a tower of some sorts, right? Alright, so 62, here's what this thing is doing. It is destroying everyone. So let's move into buying some support towers for it for change. So let's go for the snowstorm. I'm going to get the relentless glue as well. I'm going to have this thing on first. And then I have a feeling like Geraldo is actually not helping as much. I have a feeling that whenever Geraldo... Oh, this is, by the way, 63. It's one-shotting the ceramics. But yeah, I have a feeling that Geraldo is popping all these balloons into small ones, and it's being a little bit annoying because it's causing an issue for it. It only has 15 pierce. Yeah, that's round 63. By the way, let's also buff everyone, basically go like this. I mean, I wouldn't even mind getting the primary training. I don't think the ice has innate camo, and then we can give the camo potion to the glue if necessary. So I'm not gonna be going for the mid-path upgrades on the village. Let's watch it versus around like 67 with a bunch of blue Moabs. So yeah, just like 2-shotting and whatever it's doing to all of these Moabs. Then we had some 45 Rio ceramics, getting 1 shot as well. I mean, just demolishing everything. We bought this thing for, well, I guess it's hard mode, right? So the prices were about 1.9k per bunny. Now, if you round it up to like 8k, this is insane what you're getting for the money that you're paying for it. You guys already know it's gonna 1-shot all the ceramics in 76, but let's watch 75 because this is gonna have a lot of balloons, and our $8,000 investment is working. Well, it's working as intended, because this is like not even close. One of the more difficult rounds, especially pre-free play mode, and it's just gone. I guess, you have a pierce issue, right? So one of the things that we can do is we can actually relocate Geraldo and the Dart Monkey so they don't touch the balloons. Should we do that with a support Chinook actually? 77, 5 BFBs. Now, we should just move into free play because this is not even close, guys. No, actually we shouldn't move into free play because 79. So it is one-shotting the rainbows, and if other towers are not attacking, it's gonna be fine. But other towers will be attacking. So if we were to buy the support Chinook, this is gonna be the round at which we should likely do it, because I'm pretty sure we have created a regrow farm. Yep. Alright, so here's the solution. Absolute 0 grow blocker, and then buy like 1 grow blocker like this, and then 1 over here. Is this gonna solve the thing? I don't know. I'm buying the absolute 0 because we would have bought this tower anyways, so the slow works and mob class balloons. I absolutely love that. But let's see if we stop these guys from regrowing, how much of a help is that going to be? I mean, other towers are still attacking, so they're creating a mess for sure, but it does seem to be helping, guys. All these grow blockers. Oh my god, no more regrow farms, and we've done with all the small balloons. And believe it or not, the most difficult part of this round is over because there are no more small balloons, so this thing is just gonna eat up all of these remaining BFBs, and it's not even gonna be close. Alright, so in comes free play. Our other towers are not gonna be damaging the ceramics as much, and obviously the ceramics are not gonna be spawning a million balloons, so this is gonna be a lot better for us. And I'm thinking, do we remove this chunk actually? 25 for 37? I think we should. Look, we get the money in the 90s, so we're not immediately going to need the cash, so let's actually do that. Yeah, just take a look at what the bunny is doing, by the way. Round 82, and it's not one-shotting the ceramics obviously, but at this point I think it's 2-shotting them actually, and that's not bad. The 2-shotting super ceramics, I'm gonna take that. Let's use the absolute absolute zero ability, by the way. And how is 82 looking? It's looking like it's not even close because these guys are just making their first trip around. 83, a lot of blue mobs. Let's use the freeze ability, and everyone is done before they can even go past the ice or the glue. Yep. So 4 ZMGs on 87. This is gonna clean out really fast, but we need to start thinking about some supporting towers. So this is gonna give us 37, and I'm gonna buy one single Sabo to start things off. Now, one of the towers that I have been looking to buy is this thing, is the Bottom Path Mermonkey. I guess we're going all the way to the final harmonic. I mean, I don't know what else to buy, honestly. There are support towers for sure, but those towers start doing damage, and I'm not sure if we want to be buying those. Like maybe a 420, sniper, the main Moab. I mean, you could probably get something like a Moab press, which is gonna do a lot of heavy lifting, but it does a lot of damage by itself. Okay, so you guys want to know where this thing is gonna likely fail? 95 and the DDs. If I had to guess, because it does damage to the DDs for sure, and it's gonna get a lot of extra damage when 95 rolls in, because, obviously it gets extra damage the more balloons there are on screen. But I don't know, I have a feeling that 95 is gonna be a difficult round for this thing, so we might want to be getting something like the final harmonic for that specific one. And actually, I'm even gonna dump one more Sabo so we have close to 100% uptime. Now we're gonna have some DDs on this one, so we want to combine both of our abilities. So let's start things off with the Sabo, so a lot more damage than last time. Let's actually freeze. Sure, let's use the freeze. Let's have the bunny just keep attacking all these DDTs, and it's like, well, it's 5 in total, 2 of them left, and it wasn't able to clear everyone in one single absolute zero ability. This might be a telltale sign about what awaits us on 95. I'm not sure how much RB 94 has, by the way, but it has to be over 90,000. I'm saying that because we're likely gonna achieve max potential on this bunny. The pops are about to hit the 1 million mark, by the way. How crazy is that? One single bunny. Let's use the other Sabo, and also let's just keep dumping this absolute zero ability off cooldown, because I don't think we mind. Yes, thankfully no 45 balloons in this one. This is gonna make 94 just a piece of cake, honestly. And then, yeah, starting from 95 is where the fun is gonna start for this pet bunny. I expect us to lose in 95, believe it or not. Alright guys, 95, all abilities are ready. The setup is, well, I guess just the absolute 0 and 2 Sabos plus the glue, and let's dump the first Sabo. Let's also keep dumping the abilities off cooldown, by the way. And so for our first try, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be an unsuccessful one, by the way, because I'm already seeing all of these DDTs. Oh my god. Alright, well, this is where you see the lack of damage and lack of pierce in this one, but can we actually get a gauge on how good we are? Like how strong are we on this round? Actually, some of the DDs are popping for sure, so maybe if we do, you guys know what, I'm not giving up yet. Let's do it like this. Let's do a rejuve, let's do the absolute 0, and let's not actually redo this round unless absolutely necessary. Jerry's level 19, by the way, so he's gonna restock on the next one. Let's dump the other Sabo as this one is expiring. If we can get one more, we could. Okay, let's go like this. Let's use the absolute 0. This is ridiculously close, by the way, but maybe with some better abilities, if this fails, oh my god, is it gonna fail? I'm not sure how much time these blue mobs have onto them. I'm gonna dump the second Sabo. We're out of abilities, no more rejuves. So if we defeat this one, we are going into the next one with full abilities, but I'm just praying these guys are doing one more round. Oh, they actually are. All right, because the DDs are faster than them. Oh my god, we actually saved 95. That was crazy. That was such a great 95, actually. Us not giving up, because usually what I do, and if you guys have been watching the channel, so usually we do a run without, trying as hard, just kind of seeing how far the setup or the tower can go. And then the second attempt, we actually try hard and we try to save it. But yeah, we kind of had a switch up. I was like, let's not give up the first time around. Let's see if we can save it. By the way, 96 is not looking as difficult as I thought it was going to be, because we've dealt with the 45 mods pretty fast so far. I'm just keeping, all these abilities going off cooldown. So whenever something is out, I just use it. This is, by the way, these ZMGs is first round around this circle. So this is actually done and dusted for 96, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's try hard on 98 from the start. So I'm just dumping all the abilities. The first Sabo is out. Let's use the second one. Just keep juggling the abilities, and honestly, I want to be saving some of these rejuves. So let's actually do it like this. I wouldn't mind dumping like, let's say 2 creepy idols, and then these guys are gonna last for 2 rounds, so that means they're gonna be here for 99 as well. Actually, let's dump another one over here. Let's cover almost the entirety of the circle. One more Sabo incoming, so I'm gonna dump that one, and then as soon as this one expires, we're gonna have another one after it. Yeah, so I guess the main idea is just gonna be dealing with the 45 balloons, because it does take a while, but keep in mind, like, this is an $8,000 tower that's supposed to beat this whole thing almost by itself, right? So one more Sabo. A lot of 45s left though. See, this is the problem with 98, because we've dealt with so many balloons with there's so many left, and this is, I guess, the first round around, so it's like we're still early into the round is what I'm saying. So slowly wiping all these fortified balloons. The ZOMGs are making another turn, which is a little concerning because you want to start the work on the ZOMGs a little bit earlier. These guys have already made one trip around, so 2 left, and then a lot of fortifieds still left. And I think the fortifieds, this is the last round around for the fortifieds, I'm pretty sure, especially because they're a little bit faster. Oh, there go the ZOMGs, alright. Oh, and by the way, 0 rejuves used so far, so use this out. They're gonna be super useful in 99, I'm pretty sure. And guys, I can't believe this thing, it actually beat 98. Hopefully we don't need to use the absolute 0 save for 99. There we go. They actually beat around 98 bytes. So let me check the pops into this thing, by the way. 1.8 million. Alright, that's insane. So go like this, use the absolute 0. We are gonna need a rejuve. Let's actually wait. This is super close to the cooldown on the Bloons Sabo. I don't want to use it. Yeah, let's go like this now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to dump some rejuves because these ETs are gonna leak. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is the plan. Absolute 0 into rejuve, and then do a Sabo as soon as possible. As soon as this absolute 0 expires, do another one. Go like this. The first Sabo is gonna expire, so let's dump the second one and then just watch how the damage is going. But the damage is not going good, so I think we're gonna need one more absolute 0. Sure, go like this. As soon as this Sabo expires, dump the other one and then buy the primary mentoring for like the 15% cooldown reduction onto the absolute 0. Another Sabo, get it going because this thing is gonna expire, and then we have one more absolute 0. Oh my god, we've been freezing these guys like crazy and it's still not working. These 45 DDs, man, we're not beating them. Yeah, it's found its match, guys. This is the 45 DDs. Alright, let me get a Mermonkey. Let's get the final harmonica. Let's get, I guess the extra pierce is fine. Alright, but we're doing kind of the same thing with the abilities because this thing is not doing damage, it's just stalling everyone. So go like this, rejuve, Sabo again as soon as the absolute 0 is out, use it. There we go, go like this. As soon as the Sabo is out, use the second one. I mean, hopefully this is a lot better than last time, right? We have an absolute 0 incoming. Let's go like this, and then let's dump the second rejuve. Are we dumping way too many rejuves? I hope not. Let's this another Sabo. Yeah, this is so much better with the final harmonic, by the way, but hopefully these guys don't make it out, and I don't think they will actually. I think we're popping them this time around. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's all you need to do, just like a final harmonic. It's not doing a lot of damage, well, it's 1,000 damage, so you know that the majority of the damage is still getting done by the bunny, which is exactly what we're looking for. Alright, and just the band around 100, 1.8 mil, 1,850,000 pops. Now the thing is, it's not popping the bad balloon, guys. We can let it run the first time around, but it's not gonna pop it. Now we actually know for a fact that it's not gonna pop it, so how about we do a combo with the final harmonic? Let's do something like this. Let's get the solver. Yeah, let's get the solver. Look at the pops into this thing, by the way. This is just like such a fun combo, but the insides are still gonna have to get dealt with by the bunny. And are we crossing the 1.9 million pops mark? Hopefully we are. Let me just, oh, we're not gonna cross it, but it's, yeah, it's because of the solver and the Mermonkey. They're gonna steal a lot of pops at the end. But guys, I'm telling you, this is likely the best money spent in BT6. $8,000 for like almost 1.9 million pops. Pops every type of balloon, super cheap, super easy to get. I mean, what a tower this bunny Paragon is. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.